Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, 007's MI6 Work Friends, Part 15, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied by EMZ Hitgal. So on to our briefing. James Bond has gotten lazy 47 and is taking credit for our kills. Punish him by taking out all of his friends and colleagues at MI6. They are well trained, but you are better. I hope you enjoy it. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location. We're going to have a Seeker 1 stored up in the creek shed, and we'll be bringing with us a remote micro taser, a lockpick, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to make our way down the side street here, and we're going to make our way into Mrs. West's torture chamber basement, where she cooks up her victims and sells them in muffins, I believe. So we're just going to make our way around past the van, over the fence, and down into the basement. We're not going to use the stairs because today we are Batman, and we're going to lockpick our way into the basement. And just around to our left we will find a vial of lethal poison, and once we have that we can exit the building. So moving on to our first target, and he is located over by the garbage van, and we need to get to the creek shed and retrieve our device and a propane cylinder, and hopefully we can get the cylinder before it self-detonates in our face. So once we get to the creek, we're just going to head around to the rear of the shed. We're going to retrieve our Seeker 1 and our propane cylinder, and it didn't detonate, so we are good. We're then going to make our way to the last house at the corner of the map here, and up here we will find Mr. Haskell, who doesn't like people walking on his lawn. Unfortunately, he didn't notice us, so we're going to throw our propane cylinder just against his chair there, and then we're going to make our way across the street, and we're going to await for him to lose interest in the propane cylinder. He will then sit down and he will light a cigarette, and he will find out exactly what the top of his awning looks like at close range. So from here we're going to make our way into the house with the boat outside garden, and in here is our next target. We're going to run around the children's play table to trigger a conversation between the two undercover agents. We're going to drop our taser on the floor by the tap and then turn the tap on. Then we're going to retrieve a second propane cylinder as we wait around the corner. So once the conversation has played out, the target, who is on the lounge chair, will notice the water, and when he comes in to investigate, we can trigger the taser and he will go down rather squealily, if that's actually a word. So 2 targets down. Our next target is in the Wilson's kitchen, and this one we're going to have to use a little bit of deception with. So we're going to make our way over the fence into the Wilson property, straight into the kitchen, and the target is this young lady right here. We're going to wait for her to put down the drink that she's drinking, and when she does, she will move away to the fridge just over our shoulder, and when she does that, we're going to throw our propane cylinder over to the cooker, and with any luck that will distract the gentleman leaning on the counter, as he will be a big issue if we do not. So once everybody has looked away, we're going to throw the propane cylinder. When our target turns back to the fridge, we have a few seconds with which to add our lethal poison to her drink. We're going to retrieve our propane cylinder and we're going to make our way out into the living room or the living space area. And the young lady will return very shortly to her drink and find that it's suddenly gone rather stale. So she will go down like a tree, and that will be our third target taken care of. Yeah, alright dear, we get it. Down you go. So our next target is in the living room, sitting on the sofa here. So we're going to place our propane cylinder on the top of the sofa cushion. Around about here will do. And we want to place it relatively far away so that we don't eliminate the young lady on the other sofa. So once we've got it positioned, we're going to make our way up the stairs, pull out our silenced pistol, find the propane cylinder, and we're going to put 2 bullets very quickly into it, and that will eliminate our target whilst hopefully not eliminating the young lady on the other sofa, although it will probably knock her out. So 4 targets down, 1 more to go, and this is the most egregious of the targets, not due to the target himself, but due to the hammer, Mr. Spencer, I believe his name is, who will be in our way and remain in our way for approximately 3 or 4 minutes. There he is. So our target is just outside of the kitchen area. We're going to hop over the fence, take out the camera. We're going to wait for the patrolling guard to make his way out into the garden. And when he comes along, we can then pounce on him. And we're going to render him unconscious and take his outfit. So go to sleep, mate. You've had a busy day. We're going to hide him in the bushes, provided it's not the best of hiding spots, but it will do. We're going to take his outfit and we're going to hop in through the kitchen window. And our target is in the living room. We want to take care of the surveillance system while we're here, as there is a camera in that area. So we're just going to wait for the guard on patrol in the kitchen to move away, deal with the cameras. And you can see Mr. Spencer, the hammer, coming down the stairs now. So at this point, he's going to come into the kitchen and he may well engage the kitchen guard in a conversation. He will then move away and go to the living space area. We're going to pull out our Seeker 1. Now, unfortunately, this guy tends to change direction rather rapidly. So as we go in to move, he turns around. We're going to have to back off again. We're probably going to have to back off a lot further than that. And while we're waiting for him to have his conversation, Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard will be making their way into the property via the garage. So what we'll have to do is hop out of the kitchen window, as the hammer, Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard will all be enforcers, I believe. So do we have another opportunity here? We just want to get behind our target and shoot him with the Seeker 1. Eventually we can do so, and then we can make our way into the bathroom so that we're not spotted. So like I said, this adds a good 4 minutes to our time while we wait for an opportunity to get to our target. But once Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard and Mr. the Hammer have had their meeting, things should progress rather normally. So once the guard joins us in the bathroom, we can then ask him very kindly, have you seen our car keys? Apparently they're not down there. It looks like we are walking home. So with all of our targets now dealt with, we're going to exit out of the bathroom window, and the nearest available safe exit will be the bridge exit. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and if it wasn't for Mr. the Hammer, we would have been already home with our feet up. So we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, we had no objectives, and we get our silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.